Hello there, good afternoon everybody, how are you doing? Got a lot of you here already. Hi Megan first in on YouTube, Geraldine, Janet, Ayona, hello, and Linda and Mary, Kirsty, lots of you around. What are you up to? Where in the world are you? Or what's your weather like? It's lovely here. I've got the sun belting through the window and haven't had a chance to take Bob out yet, who's lying on the sofa in front of me. I was just, as we came to air, hello Jane from Wisconsin, ordering a bob cam, so hopefully in the next couple of days you'll be able to see her again. Any bob? Got back to me, not interested. Hello Liz Deleuze, Tina, Christine, hello Sarah, and Yvonne and Olivan, hello. Tracy's there as well, welcome along. Dominica from Poland is here with us too. A kit to make, oh hang on a minute, you're whizzing past me Tracy. The kit to make Freemotion Christmas placemats, that is a nice idea. Yeah, we're going to do a little bit of Freemotion embroidery, which I have to admit I haven't practiced today, so I'm hoping it's going to go okay. The tree behind me, I'm not going to show you close up because it's years old and it's covered in dust, but I made a whole set of those years ago, and I just thought, wouldn't it be nice to revisit and do a bit of Freemotion. So instead of just doing one tree, because that'll take 5 minutes, I'm going to do a row of 4, so they can either be stretched across a canvas or make a cushion cover out of it or something like that. Hello Sheila, hello Linda, Dorothy, hello to you, hello Brian, hello Karen, Monica from Malaysia's here as well, hello Jill, hello Gillian, hello Dorothy. Sorry if I miss anybody, I do try and go back through your comments after we've finished when I get a chance and have a look. At your comments. Warm and sunny in Somerset, says Alana, and Suze is in France, and thank you very much Jen. I put my posh rock on for you today and everything. Hi Diane, 1 AM in Queensland. Oh, you dirty stop up. Frank has gone mad making balloon bags. That's the bag. Oh, it was there. I think Gary's redecorated and moved things. Oh, it's over here now. The balloon bag that was on YouTube the other day. Hi Nancy, Jane's on holiday in sunny Cyprus. Leslie, ask you a quick question before you zoom off. Denise is making a baby bag. Hello Shirley in Oxford. Hi Jackie. Janet's been making cones today. Debbie's making Christmas place mats with oh yes, actually dogs and cats mum. Mine and Kim's book's just gone on to pre-order on Amazon, which is really exciting. I don't think it's out till next year, but they tend to put pre-orders on very far ahead, do they not? Leslie, ask a question because everyone's disappearing. Julie's joined the Half Yard Club yesterday. Welcome along. Made anything yet? What do you think of it? Let us know. Come and leave comments on the Ask a Member page. Susan's making a Maddie dress. Oh, now then, as it is a Wednesday, almost midnight in Malaysia, I've got new fabrics. I say this every week now, so many new fabrics coming in. We're going to need a bigger warehouse. So I just want to show you what we've got coming in, thick and fast as we're speaking now. Now I know what you're thinking, oh, I've seen that before. You may have seen the print of this one before, but you won't have seen this actual one. So that's my measurements for something I was doing on YouTube. It's jersey. Love the quality of this as well. Look, when you stretch it, it doesn't go see-through. So I'm thinking t-shirts, sweatshirts, onesies. How about a pair of leggings? Really nice quality. And that's brand new on the website for you today. Also in the jersey department, for the first time we've got black, so that's brand new. I want to make one of those batwing tops out of this. Got some news on batwing top patterns. No, I'm not telling you. And there's a mustard colour as well. So those are the plain jerseys, and again they're a nice weight, they're a nice quality. If you go to the new in on debbieshawsewing.com, you'll see all the new ones right there. They are. Don't know if I've misled. Oh, difficulty putting sleeves in. Leslie, you a member of the Half Yard Club? Because there's a whole section on inserting sleeves into a shirt, actually, on the website. So, but I haven't got anything on YouTube or anything like that. leggings in Lego leggings, I think would look amazing. I don't know if I'd dare, to be honest, but maybe for the kids. Oh, Sarah's out of sorts. I hope you're going to be all right soon. Okay, more jersey. I've got so much to show you, honestly. I love this one. This one will be appearing in a top for me very soon. It's got that 70s kind of vibe going on, isn't it? Love that. And it's a lightweight jersey as well, so it's nice. I like that kind of wear. I like a long sleeve. And Nancy's got a download of my pincushion book. Is that my ebook, Nancy? I did an ebook on modern pincushions. That was a long time ago. And a couple on smocking as well. Oh. Yeah, I like a lightweight top. So particularly in this weather where you don't want to show off your arms and your shoulders and everything, but you just want a nice cover up that's not too heavy, and I think that's going to be perfect. So that is going to be made up in my new batwing top Debbie Shaw design pattern. There we go, I told you. Won't be for a couple of weeks or so before we can get that organised, but yeah, yes, that's happening. Watching about fusible fleece. Okay. Now this one, it's jersey, but it looks like an Aran sweater. Look, it's a little bit heavier and it's very, very soft on the inside. Hello, Helen, for the first time watching. Hello, nice to see you. Hear from you, I should say. Order from 22nd. Geraldine, could you message me at the office? That's the enquiries at debbieshawsewing.com, and I'll have a look into that. 22nd of September is a long time to wait for your order, so I should be able to chase that up. We did have a problem with the post office. It kind of crashed. So we couldn't post anything from, I think, from Thursday to Tuesday before they were back up and going again. But things should be up and going by now. So, but I won't remember that, and I'll miss it if I go back. So if you could email the enquiries at debbieshawsewing.com and just give me the order number and the date and everything, I'll look into it later. I did let the secret out. I'm going to tell you. I've had it for a few days, but I can't do anything with it yet. I was going to tell you. Hello, Sue. No. Carol rushed to A&E on Friday with heart trouble. Home and okay now. Oh, that's frightening. Are you okay now? Are you on medication, or is it? Oh, what happened? Thank you, Geraldine. Yeah, I'll do that later. Oh, tartan fleece, Shirley. So anyway, that's this one. I love that. I think it's, I mean, even for a hat, you know, just you can make loads out of half it. This is half a metre. It's 150 centimetres wide. You can make loads of hats out of that. I'd wear a hat in that. Put a jumper in it. Tartan fleece, Shirley Anstey. We've got it in a new colour. This is the cuddle fleece. And I was saying with the red fleece, Sarah is around. I'm going to get a coffee later. Karen's in Ohio. Say hi to Brian. He's next door. Those incredibly soft toys that you get, the teddies. It's like that. It's so soft. So even if all you do is finish the edges and make a blanket, you're just going to wrap yourself up in this all winter. It's gorgeous. So we had the red last week and we sold out of it. We've got the red back in stock again now, but that's the grey. It's a new colour for you, and it's so tactile. It's gorgeous. Mary loves the bags behind me here, and that's a little taster of what's coming up on Saturday. So there is a YouTube video which I've done this morning. So that'll go out straight after the live on Saturday. We'll go out at 12:30. So we're going to have a go at making some more gift bags. My little boy loves the tartan design. So we've got the red and we've got the grey. That's it we have. That's nice, isn't it? I love that. You just, oh, cushions, oh, cuddly cushions for winter time. Be wonderful. That's all the new jerseys we have for you. I've got loads of Christmas fabric. Now I'm hoping these are going to be on because they've literally just arrived, and Kim's in London busily working away getting these uploaded onto the website. These I know are a cotton poplin. So again, look under the new in, or they'll be there under Christmas. Little stocking on the retro. Yeah, that was from my So Eco book, Amanda. Hi Irene. So we've got two of them. They kind of match. Now it's a poplin. So poplin is a little bit of a finer and tighter weave than crafting cotton. So it feels, they all feel lovely, but it feels smoother, but it has a bit of a drape to it. So poplin ideally is perfect for dressmaking. Yes, you can quilt with it as well. Make bags with it, do whatever you like. But if you want to make a shirt or a dress, that has a lovely drape, and it's 150 centimetres wide. Quilting cotton's normally 112, so it's a little bit wider. And these are all by the half metre, so if you order more than one, they do come joined up. So if you did want to make a dress, you won't be making a patchwork one. It's lovely, isn't it, Debbie? I do like this one. I don't think we're going to the NEC. I certainly haven't got a stand at the NEC, Lorraine. I don't know if I've got time to visit. I shall let you know if we do decide to go, but I don't think we're on for that one at the moment. I am, oh hello Alicia in Mexico. I am going to be actually at Waterstones. I shall have to promote this properly because I can't remember. In Yeovil, having an interview about my So Eco book on Monday the 2nd of November, if you're around at that time. They have sent me all of the information to promote it. I forgot. Sorry if you're watching, Marcus, I forgot. I should do that later. Cutting out Christmas gifts, Jackie. Today, Carol, we're going to do a little bit of Freemotion embroidery, as in like the picture behind me, something like that. Hello, Renee in Nevada. No, Liz. Don't know where she is today. I've not heard from her today, Sarah. So, lots of Christmas fabrics. Let me take you through these. Don't know what they're called. They're literally just gone on. But if you have a look on the Debbie Shaw Sewing website, under New In or Christmas, all the new Christmas fabrics will be there. They're literally, I'm hoping, in fact, I'm just going to look at my text just a second. Because Kim texted at about 30 seconds before going live, just saying, I'm uploading them right now. So I thought I'll chat to you for a bit while she's doing it. We are kind of coming to the end of Christmas. We're finding it very difficult to get hold of Christmas fabrics now. However, we have got back in stock. I did put a post on Facebook, a little bit of my Christmas Critters fabric. The best-selling one was that they call it otters, but they're weasels, but it's called otters. So we've got otters and rabbits and ducks, but that's it. Cannot get any more. Hello, Carolyn from Texas. Loves making tote bags. Lovely. Oh, Alana's got a cow sewing set from Sewing Street. I shall see you on Sewing Street on Sunday. It's a bag making event. I think I'm on at 9 and 11. Can't remember. So there's a new designer, but I should have shown you really, shouldn't I? It's a huge kind of foiled cork affair, like a tote bag, but it's cork, but it's got that rainbow colours on it. It's quite eccentric. And I'm doing the Shelley and Rosemary bags as well. I think it's 9 and 11. Hello, Josephine. Marilyn's making cushion covers. Couldn't find a zipper foot. You can get away without a zipper foot, don't you know? Hello, Marina in Portugal. It is nearly time for Easter bunnies. Getting that way. Christmas is over now, you know. All I want for Christmas. What do you want for Christmas? Do you remember the song? All I want for Christmas is me two fronty. Could you remember? I was having this conversation with Kim actually a few weeks ago. The songs that they used to write back in those days, they'd never get away with it these days. But could you imagine? I don't know any of the young, hip and trendy bands at the moment because I'm afraid I don't keep up with it. But could you imagine on Radio 1 or whatever hearing, all I want for Christmas is my two front teeth? Or when I'm 65, will you still need me? Will you still feed me? Can you imagine? They wouldn't get into they'd get a in the X Factor, wouldn't they? What else? We wear short shorts. That was in the 1960s. What are the silly songs? Little Donkey springs to mind. They're a lot more serious about what they write about these days, aren't they? Can you imagine that? Oh, what does Tyler like? I'm rubbish at names. It's the same with acting and films or anything like that. Carol, I've got a new overlock. I've only used it once. Oh, is it 64? That's it. Well, he's when I was 60. Yeah, sorry. That's a very old song, Sylvia. I'm allowed to forget it. What else was there? Really, like silly songs. These boots are made for walking. That's just what they do. Oh yes, my old man's a dustman, Karen. Can you imagine that? Oh, I don't know. I don't know any of these. Beyonce singing "My Old Man's a Dustman." Freddie and the Dreamers. That was it. Yeah, Freddie and the Dreamers was "I Wear Short Shorts." Sylvia, I think we're all very old. Was that proper music then, Kaz? Back in the day. All I want for Christmas is me two front teeth. Christmas baubles with stars on. These work really well together. I don't think they're a collection, but I do think they found a peanut. Is that a song, or have you found a peanut, Judy? Carol, honestly, I bought a really cheap Brother 4-thread overlocker. I can't remember how much it was, off Amazon, but it was really cheap. Pat, what's the toothbrush song? Oh, I'm a pink toothbrush, you're a blue toothbrush. Margaret, that's it, you got it as well. Aren't this silly? Max Bygraves. I remember watching, I'm supposed to be showing you fabrics, Val Doonican, when he had his own show with his jumper and his rocking chair, do you remember? And the only one I can remember is, I can't remember, can I? Something about when he grows old, what will he be when he grows? Oh, I can't remember. I've got a brand new combine harvester. Been making Halloween balls for sweets and treats. That's nice. Dorothy. Babysitting the grandkids this evening. Would you say? Oh, I missed that one. If I've got a hello to say, we have to go back and say it, don't we? If I miss anything and you really want to catch my attention, just write it in capitals or say it again. Hello to Eliza and Annie and Jack. Hi, they love crafting. Listen to Uncle Mac's children's favourite is on the radio on a Saturday morning. Oh yeah, the fastest milkman in the West. Do you remember that one? I am Henry VIII, I am. Oh, there was an Anne Boleyn one, wasn't there? Oh, something about she walks the bloody tower with the head under her. I can't remember that one. Was that the Beatles? When I'm 64 was the Beatles, really? Paddy McGinty's goat. Oh yeah, my boomerang won't come back. Oh, honestly, I am in the 1960s as we speak. You're an old lot, you lot, aren't you? Right, Christmas trees. Like this one because it looks like sketches. Oh, she has actually found a peanut. Found a peanut just now. I found a peanut. Ah, that must be a song. That's it, with the head tucked underneath her arm. She walked the bloody tower with her head tucked underneath her arm in the midnight hour. Itsy bitsy teeny weeny. Beans in my ears. I don't know the beans in my ears song. Horace the horse. Don't know that one, Nancy. You're like, oh, I wish I could hear you. I could just imagine you all across the world just singing silly songs from donkeys years ago. Oh yes, little boxes. And they were all made out of ticky-tacky, weren't they? All made out of ticky-tacky, and they all looked just the same. Got my fabric to show you. Tie me kangaroo down, sport. Oh, do you know, tie me, I thought, when I first heard, I thought it was Tiny Kangaroo Down, and I thought it was about somebody shooting kangaroos. I thought it was a horrible song. I didn't realise it was Tie Me Kangaroo Down, but still, yes, the RSPCA would be all over them, wouldn't they? Hello, Jean, doesn't matter if you're late. Oh, Kelly. Oh, Kelly. Video for Robin's hair. I will film tonight. I'm writing myself a note in capital letters so I don't forget. Robin hair. I've got a Zoom meeting tomorrow with the Half Yard team. So me and Ken will be there, and Caroline and Sophie and Claire and Emily talking about what we're doing and what we're doing going forward. So I shall make sure I've got a video to say to them tomorrow. Can you stick this video on as soon as possible? Woody woodpecker. Well, oh, what? No, hang on, what's that? We're supposed to be sewing. Beans in My Ears is a Brainword song, or the Woody woodpecker song. No, Gillian, the one behind me is a lot smaller. The one I made on Saturday was quite a big one. The one behind me was actually from my half yard, So Eco books, all the measurements, and in fact there's a template in there as well. The ladies in the harem of the court of King Carter. Oh, that rings a bell. Christina, you've probably got an itsy bitsy yellow polka dot bikini. I think we all had one. Little white ball. Oh, 10 green bottles, honestly. They don't know music these days, do they? This is Christmas letters. You know, if Kim's watching at home, she's probably thinking, Mother, what on earth are you talking about? These again, it's not a collection as such, but I don't think so, but they just go so well together. And again, just coming back to Christmas fabric, if you don't mind, we are kind of coming up to the end of it. So it's getting difficult to get hold of more Christmas fabric at the moment, so make the most of it. This is a sweet one. This is the last one I'm going to show you, then we'll do a bit of sewing. Laughing now. It's Peter Rabbit. Sweet, isn't it? And it's just really classic Christmas. It's just Merry Christmas. It's nothing gimmicky or anything. And oh, low 3 wheels on my wagon, and I'm still rolling along. Mary, we sing quite often how much is that doggy in the window, because we have a doggy who's at the moment over there on the sofa, but she sits in the window. So when people go past, they see a doggy in the window, and Gary's quite often said that he's going to put a price on her. What's that one? Sorry. Sent some coffee mats for you. Oh, thank you. No, I haven't got them yet, Sandra, but I'll look out for them. It takes ages to post things to a PO box number for some reason, because I think it has to go to the sorting office first, and then they figure out whose PO box number it is, and then it gets sent out, so it doesn't come directly to me. But thank you. I shall look forward to seeing those. That's very sweet. Everyone with a depressed child should play and sing with them. Maybe not. Well, maybe the kind of songs that we've been talking about this time. Alana, a blanket with sleeves in that super soft grey fabric would be amazing, wouldn't it? Oh. My Dingaling, who did that? Chuck Berry, wasn't it? Right, now we've discussed how old we all actually are. Kaz's hubby is finishing the songs. Yes, well, one day when I can hear you, we're going to have a really loud sing-song on loudspeaker so the whole village can hear. Horace the House. Hi, Catherine. Not missed anything yet, just been talking about old songs and how silly they were. And you'd never get away with it now. Hello, Kim. Hello, Sheridan in St Vincent. All right, okay. Freemotion embroidery is what we're going to do a little bit of. I'm going to kind of touching on this. We're not going to go into great detail about different techniques or anything like that. But if you've never done Freemotion embroidery before, something like the picture behind me, it's triangles. It's the easiest thing that you can possibly do. So hello, Julie in California. And hi from Catherine in Chicagoland. Right, okay, so yeah, a little bit of Freemotion embroidery. Kim, what do you think about all these old songs that we're coming up with? And we were talking about this, weren't we? Because I said to Kim, I know we talked about We Wear Short Shorts, and she knows it, which is a bit odd because I was only just a twinkle at that kind of stage. We're having a sing-song, we are.
Are you going to do any sewing?
Well, I thought I might get around to doing some sewing. We're reminiscing about... Thank you.
I heard.
Did you?
Yeah. I'm going to put my yellow polka dot bikini
on. Do show us. So I don't know if you heard, he's going to put his yellow polka dot bikini on. He always puts it on a Wednesday, to be honest. It's nothing special, really. That's a little bit hot at the moment. Hello Kathy in Sacramento. Pookie says morning everyone. Where are you? Because it's certainly not morning here. Hello Stella, first time here. Ordered fabric snowflakes. Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa Donato. What a glamorous name you have. Sorry, we'll see you again next time. Do I have in advance on keeping the bottom of flat during quilting? Mine gets wrinkled. I don't know whether you pin or you tack, but a bit of spray, basting spray, I think for me works really well. The thing is, he puts this bikini on and he wanders off around the village, so I probably can't get him back again to show you. See if I can get some pictures. Anyway, Freemotion embroidery. I think for a lot of people it can be a bit daunting. So I've got some tips for you. Something like the tree behind us it's scribbling basically with your needle and thread, so you don't have to be accurate. It doesn't have to be perfect. And you don't need a pattern. It's just really, really easy. What I am going to do, which I'm not sure is a very good idea, to be honest, is use a metallic thread, because I haven't actually tested it on this machine, so it might not work, in which case I shall use pink. So what you will need for your sewing machine is a Freemotion embroidery foot. If you haven't got one, you will need one of these. They look different for different sewing machines. Some are metal, some are plastic, some have an open toe, some have a closed toe like that one, so that's just got one hole in the middle. You'll probably receive a sewing machine, a Freemotion embroidery foot with your sewing machine. If not, just make sure that you buy one that is suitable for your machine. So Alana, the best thing to do is to phone up Elna. They're only based in Stockport in Manchester. They're very nice people, and just say, this is the machine I've got, which Freemotion embroidery foot do I need? And they should be able to advise you for that. Because they're kind of made to fit, so you don't want one with a hole in the wrong place because your needle's going to hit it. It's got to work like that. Most Freemotion embroidery machines will look something like this. There's a bar at the side here. That needs to be sitting over your needle clamp, so the screw that fits the needle into the sewing machine, this sits over the top, and as the leg goes up and down, it makes that go up and down as well. So that makes the foot hop across your fabric. Hello Darlene in North Carolina, loves the fall weather. Morning Larry in Virginia. Oh, welcome along, Whisper. Whisper Labrador, another glamorous name, isn't it? Join the Half Yard Club this week. Welcome along. Yes, that is bobbing that you can hear. Somebody's obviously walked past the house. How dare they? I think I'm up to date. Right, let's have a look at this. So, with your Freemotion foot, you'll have to take not just the foot off, but the ankle off as well. So let's drop that foot off. I've already loosened mine a little bit, but that is basically your ankle. That's the bit that holds the foot in place. So let's take this off. Morning Larry in Virginia. Have I just said that one? Hello Delia in California. Don't lose that little screw, and don't lose your ankle, because you won't be able to get your old feet back on again if you do that. And then your new foot, your Freemotion foot, will clip around the bar here. And again, wherever that needle clamp is, you can see from there, your foot needs to sit over the top of it, and then we'll put the screw back in again. Hello Colette, she's a little bit late. Oh, Whisper. See, I thought Whisper Labrador was one of these incredibly glamorous names. It's your dog's name. Now you spoilt it. Call yourself Whisper Labrador. I think that's a lovely name. And I'm just going to tighten that with the little screwdriver. Christmas tree behind my right. Yes, I did make that Christmas tree. Do you know, I made it for an appearance I was doing on This Morning a couple of years ago, and we ran out of time and never actually got around to making it. But I should do that, shouldn't I? I should remake it. It is on the Create and Craft YouTube channel. But maybe I should remake that for my channel. It's my design. I can do that if I want to. Anyway. So my foot's on there now. If you have a drop feed dog facility, then drop those feed dogs. I don't know if I've got one. Drop it. Oh, there we go. Can't quite see that, can you? Oh, it's a little bit bright, but there is a button here, and when I move that across, these teeth drop down. When you come to re-sewing, by the way, when you push the button back, and they're always really stiff, these things, don't know why. Push the button back and they don't come up straight away. You need to start sewing or turn the hand wheel, and then your teeth will pop back up again. So that's just getting ahead a little bit. So let's take those down. If your machine doesn't have a drop feed dog facility, some machines will have a plastic plate that goes, so I'm just smiling at Bob and she's doing this and staring at me. Hello, sweetie. Hello. They'll have a plastic plate that goes over the top. Not a fan, to be honest, because they tend to jump off in my experience. But if you've got a little plastic plate, then cover the feed dogs over, so then they're going to keep moving, but the plastic plate will stop them from moving the fabric, because we don't want the teeth to move the fabric. The other thing to do would be to change your settings or your stitch length down to 0. And in which case that will stop your the teeth from moving. So they'll still be there, but they're not going to move your fabric around. Because basically with Freemotion fabric, Freemotion sewing, you want to move the fabric in any direction that you want to, not have the machine control the fabric to move in one direction, which is what it's built for. So we want to kind of override that. So stitch length down to 0. Stitch width, it doesn't matter. Drop feed dogs, if you can, cover them up if you want to. So those are the basic things. Stitch length isn't really, stitch width isn't affected. You're in control of the length of the stitch when you're putting the fabric underneath there. So if you move your fabric very quickly, you're going to have a short stitch, a long stitch. If you move your fabric very slowly, you're going to have a small stitch. Just see if I've got something to practice on. Just reaching into my drawers for a bit of scrap. And I'm missing your comments as we're chatting away. Looked at every inch of the Half Yard Club website, made a box shirt out of an old tablecloth yesterday. Love all the projects. Might make my way through all 48. That's going to keep you busy, isn't it? Yes, Jane, if you have a look on my YouTube channel, there is a tutorial for the triangular pouches, which are on my left down here. I'm glad you like them. An embroidery foot and different. Has it got pictures of the feet? Best thing to do is to give your manufacturers a ring and ask them. Hello. Oh no, talking to each other. Hello, Chrissy in Athens. Hello, Colette. Hello. Oh, we've done Larry, haven't we? Hello, hello again, Larry. I don't think it matters though, Jill, does it, put the zip upside down? It still kind of works. Oh, so Studio, I'm glad you're enjoying it, thank you. So let's do a quick little bit of sewing, just with the thread that I've got in here. I haven't got any spare. Another couple of things to mention. I'm not going to, that's a bit scruffy, isn't it? I would normally use tearaway interfacing behind my embroidery. It doesn't matter how big or small it is. If you're going over the same spot a few times, no matter what kind of fabric you've got, you can find that it puckers a little bit. So I tend to put a tearaway stabilizer behind it, and that keeps everything nice and flat as you're sewing. So I'm just going to iron this so I can do a little bit of a practice piece first of all. Leave the ankle attached to the foot. I take that is a good idea so you don't lose it. Hello, Yvonne from Tennessee. Dull and chilly in Northern Ireland apparently. Hello, Diane. Lenice in Trinidad and Tobago. Aren't we all international now? So I can't find the extension table from this one. It's around here somewhere, but I'd normally put an extension table on if you have one, because it can help to support the fabric while you're working. What I also like to use are quilter's gloves. Not everybody likes to use these. I do. I find it a lot easier to move my fabric, and these have like silicone pads on there. You can wear them either way around. and it helps you grip onto the fabric when you're moving it. Otherwise I find that I'm holding onto the edge of the fabric and trying to move it this way, so it just makes things a little bit easier. So you can either, I mean this is just for practice for those of you who haven't done this before, so I'm just looking for a pen that I had a second ago, there we are. So you can draw if you want to be really accurate with an erasable ink pen. You could use templates that you've downloaded, which are obviously that you can, off the internet. You could transfer onto here, you could use chalks, or you could just go freehand. And all you're going to do is to put the foot down. That's something to mention as well. Foot up, foot down, depending on what position the foot's in. The foot doesn't actually look as though it's down, but that does need to be down. And then put your foot on the foot pedal and move the fabric. Now if you don't move the fabric, you'll end up with a big knot. So if you can move this at a consistent rate, then your stitches will be all around about the same length. So have a practice first of all, have a practice writing your name, have a practice drawing flowers and hearts and squiggles and swirls, and it's just getting used to the motion, because you're moving the fabric backwards and forwards now. So normally you'd be sewing in one direction like so, but now I can pull the fabric in any direction that I want to. You decide whether you want to go fast or whether you want to go slow, and what kind of design you want to make. So just have a play around with it. Now traditionally, if you're quilting, you're going to hear people say, well, you shouldn't overlap the stitches. You do what you like. I made a whole quilt, which was, it looked like bunting for my quilting book, the Sewing Room Secrets quilting. And all of the quilting was zigzag lines like this that overlapped each other, because I thought it matched the patchwork, like the geometric look of the patchwork on there. So it doesn't all have to be perfect swirls and looking like coral and everything. It can be anything that you want it to do, but it is quite nice to have the stitches at a consistent length, because some are long and some are short. That's the thing that's going to make it look a little bit odd. Is the darning foot, what are we talking about, darning foot? A darning, yes, darning foot. I've got an itchy lip. A darning foot is the same as a Freemotion foot. Called a darning foot because works really well on jeans. Actually, I've just taken those off. I need to put them back on again. Good question, Deborah. Miss Deborah's question. I know it's not the same, but if you have a Freemotion rulers, do you still drop the feed dogs? Yes, I would do. I'd do exactly the same. I'd drop the feed dogs, take stitches down to nothing. Freemotion rulers are a different kettle of fish, because you will need a special foot to fit inside the rulers, but you're still going to be moving your fabric round in different directions. So you don't want the feed teeth trying to pull the fabric away from you. You want to be in control of which direction you're going to move it in. Right, darning. If you've got a split, so it works really well with jeans. If you pick out two colours of your denim fabric, so normally a white and a dark blue, and have one at the top and one at the bottom, and then, oh, there's my split, look, can you see there? And then to darn, you're literally going to go over it lots of times. And if that's in the same colour of thread, it makes a really good mend. I've done this so many times before. Obviously I'm using white on grey, which is going to stand out a mile. But that's the kind of finish that you get. If you're going to try and sew a cut together, it can be really difficult, because however you do it, you're going to kind of get a seam across it. So that enables you to darn something that's flat. It makes a really, really strong join. And again, if that's in the same colour, then you're not even going to notice that that's there. And of course, you can make a much neater job than I have of that. So that's why it's called a darning foot, or a Freemotion embroidery foot. Oh, Anne's got a pink parcel. What you got in your pink parcel, Anne? Yeah, that's a brilliant question, Frankie. Yes, thank you for asking that. Very excited. Just popped on your website and ordered the eco book. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, I hope you like that. You can actually, Joan, depending what kind of machine you've got. If you've got a computerised sewing machine like mine, when you start to sew with the foot pedal, you can still slow the machine down with the speed control here. So you can put your foot right down to the floor, but slow this down, and it'll limit the speed that your machine's going to sew at. If you don't have that facility on your sewing machine, you've just got to be very accurate on your foot pedal. Hi, Debbie, missed. Oh, Saturday show and most of it. Oh no, Michaela had an emergency admission to hospital, and another stint. No more sewing, but she's joined the half yard club. Oh, I hope you're going to be okay. We're all thinking of you here. Have we got Sue with us by any chance? I haven't had anything back from Sue, and it's a bit concerning, isn't it? Yeah, do take care. Sorry about that. Are you getting any more birds and bobbins? At the moment, Janet, no. The way that it works and the problem that we have, all of those kind of, blowing my own trumpet somewhat here, my fabrics sell out very quickly. And I buy my fabrics from the manufacturers just like any other retailer would buy them. That's, I'm a client like anybody else is. So when we know the dates that the fabric's going to be coming in, or as soon as we can pre-order, we pre-order. So we order as much as we think that we're going to be able to sell. And so do all of the other shops. So does your Hobbycrafts and Inspirations and anybody else that sells the fabric. You pre-order as much as you possibly can, or the amount that you think you're going to sell. And then when it eventually comes in, Visage will have an extra amount of fabric just in case. We do that, to be honest. We never put the full amount of fabric on the website, because sometimes somebody will come back and say, I haven't received my order, it's been lost in the post, or it's damaged or something. So we always like to keep a little bit back for those occasions, and so do the manufacturers. So when it comes to like now, when all of the fabric is gone and all of those pre-orders have gone out, those little bits that they've saved back just in case suddenly become available, which is why we've managed to get hold of some Christmas Critters fabrics, because that was the spare that they had. With the birds and bobbins, it's not that, I don't know. Everything on their website and everything that they're telling me has sold out. But if they have kept some back, then maybe in a few weeks' time we'll be able to get some back again. So. Leanne, I haven't made anything yet. It's you lot. Stop talking. Just stop talking so much. You're supposed to be sewing. I'm going to be doing a bit of Freemotion embroidery Christmas trees. That's what I'm doing. Lois has got a pink parcel with fat quarters, bamboo toweling and some crimbo fabric. Fabulous. Right. Karen, I do use the zigzag. I like to use the zigzag. I'm running out of scrap. I like to use the zigzag if I'm doing animal fur, particularly, or if you want to do some writing. I'll try and squeeze it on the end of this one. So zigzag on my machine. I'm going to go to the widest it can go, and then it's important to move your fabric at a consistent speed to get the right gaps, although you can go over it. And now you get a really bold line, but if you're going to do any kind of writing with it or letters with it, when you go from one side to another, if you hold the fabric in the same direction, it kind of goes thinner on the top, so you get that really nice look. Now I rushed that, and that's far too far apart, but you could go back over it. But it's a nice way of doing applique, but also if you kind of scribble around a bit with it and go in different directions with it and just zigzag your fabric yourself, as that is zigzagging, you get a nice furry kind of finish. So that's really nice if you're going to be colouring animals and things like that. New little bags, Jane, on my right shoulder. I feel like a magician there. Saturday's project. Jane and Linda. Oh, hello, Linda. Linda's got a pink parcel as well. You do keep us busy with these pink parcels. Anyway, now with the applique, and again, I'm gonna have a play with this metallic thread. It may not work, and I'm making no apologies because I was quite honest and I said I hadn't tested it, which I didn't. So I've got my white fabric. On the wrong side of this, I'm going to put some tearaway stabilizer. There's lots of different types of this you can use. On the website we've got some on a roll. We've got the one that is a little bit like oh, what's it called, with a wax on the back of it. So this is just what I like to use, something just to make your fabric a little bit stiffer. And I think you'll find that helps as well when you're moving the fabric underneath the machine, that you're not pushing it too quickly. It doesn't bunch up. Okay. And that will tear away later on. And this is only a basting spray. It's 505. So my fabric will peel away off that very easily. And then I've just got these shapes. So great for scrap fabrics. Oh, that was what I was going to mention as well. I will do a video for this one, but I am out of Angelina fibre. So I've ordered some more. This is just like a glittery fibre, but for Christmas trees it looks lovely because you can just sew it into the design. But anyway, I haven't got any, so I won't be doing that. So I've got 5 trees, or 5 greens for my 5 trees. And I'm just going to cut these into random triangles. I don't think it matters if they're even, what size they are. This white fabric, by the way, is far too big. It will be cut down, but again, you're going to find that easier than actually trying to make something to the exact size. I have put Bonder web on the back of this, by the way. No, Linda, 505 doesn't stick. 505 will disappear after a few hours. 506 is the one that will stick when you iron over it. That's the permanent one. Ironing doesn't make any difference to 505. So I'm going to do some short fat and some tall thin. And again, they're a bit wonky, they're a bit odd. So I've ironed the Bonder web on the back of this because I'm going to stick them down. If you wanted a more kind of fluffy, rugged kind of look, don't use the Bonder web. Leave the edges raw and they'll go fluffy. They won't fray a lot because this is cut on a 45 degrees, so they won't fray on those angles, but they will go a little bit fluffy. So that's another look for you to have a play with anyway. So let's do another tall skinny one. I like tall skinny trees. And the nice thing with it, if you're making this as a picture, there's no reason why you can't decorate it with maybe you've got some sequins or gemstones or something like that. Not real ones, obviously. Imagine that with diamonds on it. So you can add bits and bobs to it afterwards as well. So those are going to be my 5 little trees. And again, this is all, shove it up a bit. This is all oversized. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that will be cut down afterwards. And then I'm going to make pot shapes. And again, I'm just doing this completely freehand. So they're not going to be accurate. They're not going to be even. And I kind of like that. So we can have some quite square, some quite long, some quite thin. And my trees are going to be at different heights as well. So quite a long one for that one. If you want to draw all of these out first, then that's fine. But just trying to do this quickly because we've been here for ages, haven't we? Let's do a long, thin pot. Maybe go on that one. Might do another a long thin pot. I kind of like a long thin pot. Right, then we're going to take off the backing of these and iron them in place. So just scratch the middle of it if it doesn't peel away perfectly straight away. Megan, there is a tutorial from Makeup Case in one of my books, and I can't remember which one it is. It might be so useful. I think there's one in Half Yard Heaven as well. I haven't done anything on YouTube for anything like that at the moment. So again, this is just, you peel the backing off, and there's a glue on the back which is fusible. So at the moment, that's not sticking. I can still rearrange these wherever I want them to be. So I might overlap them actually, that might look quite nice. I will do a YouTube video for this. But it won't be till the weekend because I'm a bit busy at the moment. A Q&A on Zoom. I'll have to think about that one, Jill. I didn't know about that. Right. Again, just keep scratching it off. You're not going to damage them by scratching it. It's the easiest way to get this backing off. Maybe I should have just done one. We wouldn't have been here so long, would we? Hello, Kelly. A tutorial on a hot water bottle cover. Yes, Alana, I do. There's one on, I did it on Facebook a while ago. It was using glow in the dark fleece. I can't remember when that was. I don't know if that, I didn't do a separate, I must do one of those for YouTube. But yes, I did do one. Might have to re-look at doing that one without the chat. Otherwise, there's one in quilted covers and cozies I want to set. I've got so many books out, I can't remember what I've done in them. I think I've got 25. Oh, little pearls would be lovely. Jane, we talked about peeling glue off your fingers last week. It's the same kind of thing, isn't it? Peeling off bonder web. It is very satisfying. The only thing is the paper on the back is so fine it kind of floats around your sewing room for days. Right, so let's arrange these little things. Help if I'm showing you what I'm doing. So I think we'll have that one to the front. Now, if I'm doing anything that overlaps, normally I'd do these one by one so that the stitches that you're making go behind. But with this one, I'm not going to because we're short of time. So you can have a long pot, you can have a short one. I'm leaving a gap in between so I can draw a stalk. So let's have the pots all at the same. Let's do those first. So that they look like they're all on the floor, so they're all at the same distance. I'm just ironing this on. Nice hot iron. Actually, we don't need steam with this. I've that one at a jaunty angle. And that one. And then I think that looks quite nice as it is, so let's iron this down. And the fabric, these are just bits of scraps that I had. You can see this is one of the new ones. That's actually a Farmyard fat quarter. But the colours all look nice together. So that's why I've chosen these. So it doesn't have to be tree fabric per se. There we go. And that's well and truly ironed. Now, I know we're Freemotion embroidering, but if you're doing a applique like this, you don't need to sew that. I wouldn't do something like this and not sew it if it's going to go in the wash a lot. But if you're making a picture, you could just iron those on. Who would know? Now then, let's have a go with this metallic thread. I don't have a metallic needle, so this may go horribly wrong, but you don't know till you try, do you? Oh, buttons would look nice as well. Right. Maybe a while I can't see the end of it. A pin may help. Ha ha ha, got you. Don't sew too quickly when you use a metallic thread because it is metal. It's got metal coating on it, so it will heat and it will stretch, so be careful with it. That's why you'd normally use a metallic needle, because a lot of these are coated on the inside of the eye with something that's heat reflective, so it helps to stop the friction as the thread goes through the eye of the needle. And they tend to twist a lot as well, so this may work, it may not. Right, so just through the machine in the normal way. Normally you'd have a bit of a practice first, because you may need to adjust the tension fractionally. Your top thread is probably going to be a lot thinner than your bottom thread, so it may affect the tension. But I'm not going to. Just going to do it, I am. Okay. So gloves on again. Oh, draft excluder would look really, or Christmas cards, yeah, perfect. It's quite nice, isn't it, to give a gift that you've actually sewn, even if you don't want to sew a project. It's still a bit of sewing, isn't it? Right, so here we go. And down we go. Oh, I'm still on zigzag, I'll change that. Well, it seems to be going well. What I also like to do when I'm doing projects like this is to sew around it a few times. I'm just going to come back to the top and take that thread off, so I'm not sewing over it. I can find some scissors. If you sew one line of sewing, of embroidery, and your stitches are a little bit wobbly, it looks like you've got a row of wobbly stitches. Whereas if you sew around 2 or 3 times, it looks deliberate. I like that look, I've always liked that look. It makes it very scribbly and sketchy, but it looks deliberate. So if you go off piece, if you miss the lines, it doesn't matter. I'm also going to draw like a garland. So just like a curved zigzag line going down the trees. I'll show you this in close up in just a second. So you can see I've got, it kind of works well, doesn't it? It's a variegated metallic thread. It's a Madeira one. So I'm going to go around the trees with this, and I don't think I'll use this on the pots. I think I'll just use the plain pink on the pots and save the glitter for the trees. Threads broke. See, it does happen with glittery thread. I may have been going a little bit fast there. Slow down a little bit. In fact, I'll tell you what I should do. I'll do a couple of the trees with this thread, see how we go, and then I'll go on to some pots, because I think you've got the idea. You don't need to see me finish the whole thing, and then I can finish it for the video. I've just got ordinary thread, just cotton thread in the bottom, Deirdre. I've got white, because if any of it does pull through, it's not going to notice. Ideally, if you have any bobbin fill, when you're using any kind of embroidery threads on the top, don't rush out and buy any, but if you do have bobbin fill, it tends to be a finer thread, so it's more of the same kind of weight as the thread that's on the top. But try it. Try whatever you have. Don't worry about having anything specialist. I mean, I haven't got a specialist needle for this, and it seems to be working fine. And then if it doesn't work, then go out and get some bobbin fill thread or some finer thread, or maybe use your overlocker thread if you've got a little bit of that in the bobbin. So again, just going round the edge, a little bit slower. I'll go around that again. I was going around 3 times, because I think 3 times is quite nice. So let me cut these loose bits off from where I started here. And this one, I think I'm going to do some swirly baubles. So just swirl the fabric around. Well, there you go, I broke my thread again. I'm going to do this one more time, and then I'm changing. Maybe change to the right needle as well would help. 2 AM falling asleep. Oh, Dorothy, I'm not surprised if it's 2 AM. I'm normally in bed by 9 o'clock, me. By bobbin thread. Oh, do you, Sarah? I tend to use whatever I've got. Yeah, I'll go to, unless there's a good film on. We've taken to watching movies lately. Because we don't have a living room at the moment. The underfloor heating, everything's breaking this year. So the underfloor heating's gone, and that was all the heating we had in there. So then, because everyone's so busy at the moment, aren't they? So we managed to get someone to take it up, and then weeks later we got someone to put the new plumbing down, and then we still haven't got anyone to put anything over the top of that, so we don't have a living room. So we've moved everything out into a very tiny little room that we don't have TV in, so we've managed to get the internet. We've got Netflix, so all we do is watch movies every night, and it's quite nice. It's like having a little home cinema. Let's see if this works. I'm doing tiny little circles to try and make it look like baubles. That's not so bad, I'll show you in a minute. So yeah, unless there's a movie that I've been gripped by, bed by 9 for me. Up at 5, so you know, I think that's okay. Right, I'll show you that. So I'm just doing tiny little circles, concentric, go over and over it, and I'm just making little baubles there. And actually it looks a lot sparklier from where I'm looking at it than when you do. Let's just do one more. Foot down, Deborah. No, I haven't watched The Crown. That's a series, isn't it? I haven't seen that. Is it good? Is that something that you'd recommend, Lorraine? Oh, Katie's getting lots of hugs after school. Oh. Now, I'd normally get carried away with this, but I think we've been here long enough, haven't we? I did say earlier that I thought I'd do one tree, but it'd be over in 5 minutes. But here we are an hour later, and that's as far as I've got. So I've gone around with the metallic around the edge. I think on the next plain one, I'll do this garland kind of thing going on there. I'm just going to change the colour of my thread to a rather shocking pink and go around a couple of these, and then I'll finish it at a later date. But when you've finished and you've got this, because I was thinking another picture to go with these, so I could have one long one and then some smaller ones, so I've got a nice little arrangement. Or you could make a cushion cover out of it, or like you were saying, join them all together and make a draft excluder. Would look really nice. On a flour sack towel, that's a nice idea, Pookie. Can you, Jackie? We can't get TV on the website, I'm sure. So I would have found that one. Quite happy with the movies, to be honest. Don't miss the TV at all. Right, so let's try again in the pink. And, or should we do a black? No, we'll do a pink. I like black for the stitching. It really does outline your work, make it stand out so much. Jill, teaching my granddaughter to sew is a bit of a challenge because she's one of these kids. This my eldest one, Beatrix. She just wants to do everything. For a very short time. So yeah, I've made that. I want to do something else now, as in I've sewn for 5 minutes, now I want to go and read a book. So we did have a bit of a challenge, but she made a shoulder bag, little bag, and then we made a doll. It was hilarious, and cut felt strips for its hair, so her bag will fit her doll in it, and then that was it. She lost interest in it altogether. But I will be back. Youngest one, however, she's done a bit of hand sewing with felt. So you know the videos that I made for YouTube, she's done quite a bit of those. I just don't see them long enough to sit them down and teach them properly. Right. So I'm just going to go around a couple of the pots and do a stalk. And I think that's enough for now. My dog is snoring over there and she hasn't had a walk today. So we need to go out. Okay. So this is going to be a little bit bolder because I'm using the pink. So I'm going to go around the pot and I'm just going to do a little stalk as like the tree stump. So let's do, foot down, Deborah. And again, I like to go around a few times. Black would actually have been quite nice in this, or a brown colour to make it stand out against the red, but pink is what I have, so pink is what we're doing. And then I'm just going to do a few up and downs here just to join the tree to the pot. So I've got that. It might be quite fun to change the colour on each one of them, but that would take a little bit more time. And let's do this one at an angle, because that'd be quite fun as well. And we can do another one while we're here. Now your fabric may start to fray a little bit around the edges when you wash, if this is going to be a cushion cover or a draft excluder or something that you're going to put in the laundry. I like that look, to be honest, and I think when we're doing this scribbly kind of embroidery stitches, it almost suits it. It almost looks as though those trees should be fraying a little bit, doesn't it? So that's what I've got so far anyway. But you can imagine this, if I do put some little gems on here, bows maybe, you suggested buttons before as well, then I think that would be really fun to do. Obviously if you're going to put, that's my scissors, sorry Bob. If you're going to stick anything on, then it's not going to be something that you put in the wash, but as a picture, I think that would make a really fun little thing. So I'm going to finish that, and then when I have finished, because it is a stairway stabilizer, I can literally tear this right up to the stitches so you don't have any of the paper on the background. I'm going to leave that on for now because I haven't actually finished it, but that's the idea. Okay then, well, I shall see you again on Saturday. Do have a look on the website for the Christmas fabrics that I showed you earlier on, and remember with Christmas it's coming to the end of that kind of season, so if you do see something that you like, then grab hold of it. Yes, Linda, I will do some more videos. I need to sew more days in the week at the moment. It's just finding the time to do it, but I will do, because I love doing those and I like the feedback from them as well. And Saturday we're going to be making this this gift bag here, which I've already done the video for, which has taken me the most of the day today, so a little bit behind there. Okay, so see you again Saturday at 11 o'clock in the morning if you're free. Let me just have a check over here, make sure I'm... New mouse and the battery's wobbly. Don't the weeds go quickly at the moment. Husband's not having any... Put socks on his put your socks on and put the heat on. I had our heating on this morning. Kathy's... I love being able to catch me live. Thank you very much. That's really nice of you. Okay, so I shall be here again next Wednesday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. No idea what we're doing. I'll do the video for this for YouTube maybe over the weekend if I've got time. Remember, I'm on Sewing Street on Sunday morning as well. Otherwise, I shall see you again on what's the backing cord and what's the heat which makes it stick. Gillian, I've just got a tearaway stabilizer. That's all I use. You need something behind it to stop the stitches from puckering when you're working with it. So any kind of tearaway stabilizer. And I used a 505 spray, which is temporary. So after a while it disappears. So you can move your fabric around, you can tear it away, and no residues left on your fabric. It won't damage your sewing machine. We've got it on the website, and I think we've got the smaller cans, the 250ml, might have 500, not sure. But if you're using this to hold together layers of fabric for instance, quilting, don't worry about having glue inside your work. It just evaporates after, I think it's 36 hours it lasts for. So that's what I'm using there. Don't need to check where, honestly. Thanks for letting me know. What I've clicked off my view of what I'm doing, so I didn't even know I was there. Tearaway stabilizer is what I'm using on the back. 505 spray is temporary. I think you've got the rest of the message there. Sorry, Mary, how very unprofessional was that? No, Pooka, I don't have a tutorial for bobbing work. I'll be perfectly honest, it's not anything I've ever done. Looking at your tummy. I know it's a bit big as well, isn't it? Sorry about that. A project bag. Done those on Half Yard Club. In fact, I might do a sewing machine bag for Half Yard Club. Anyway, having a chat about that tomorrow. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to go. You hang up first. No, you hang up first. I shall see you again on Saturday. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I'll have a read through your comments afterwards. Christine, it's these little gift bags. I'm doing one of those on Saturday, and otherwise I'll see you again next Wednesday. So thank you very much for keeping me company. You take care. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.